Okay. Right. Good morning, everyone. Hope you can hear me. Thank you very much for joining us this morning at the Licensing Subcommittee meeting of the Vale of Glamorgan Council on Friday, 2nd of August, 2024. Can I just double check everyone can hear me? If there's any problems, just put your hand up. Raise your hand. I'm taking it you can hear me, so that's good. Can I just ask that the committee members please come on to screen? Thank you. Okay, lovely. Thanks, everyone. While the members join, please just introduce myself. My name is Mark Thomas, and I'm a Democratic and Scrutiny Services Officer for the Vale of Glamorgan Council. I am joined today by the following members of the subcommittee who have kindly joined on screen now, namely Councillors Drake, Hennessy and Councillor Morgan. By way of housekeeping and general introduction to this meeting, may I remind everyone present that the meeting is being live streamed via YouTube, as well as recorded via the internet, and this recording archived for future viewing. In terms of the running of the meeting itself, if a participant wishes to speak, can they please raise their hand in using the remote raised hand option, which is on the easy conference system that we're using today. When invited to make an address by the chair, please could all participants ensure that their microphone and camera is on to ensure that it can be seen and heard when actively participating in the meeting. Please ensure that all debate is raised verbally and not via the chat function for the sake of the recording. Use of chat is purely for any technical problems or if you want to raise the attention of the chair or myself on that. We're also joined today at the meeting by Mr. Richard Price from the Vales Legal Department and also by Mr. William Lane, an officer from the Licensing Department. Also joining us is the applicant for today's application, Mr. Dashpali. Also with us today is my colleague Liz Whitaker, who is to be the supporting DSSO with the technical side of the meeting, so will not be actually on screen. So moving on, as per the agenda and the procedure which was included in the agenda packs, the committee will need to appoint a chair for the duration of the meeting. That'll be our first agenda item. So can I please ask the subcommittee members for nominations?
I nominate. I nominate.
I was going to say the same, William. So there we are. I think we're agreed on that appointment.
Lovely. Thank you very much, committee. Therefore, Councillor Drake is duly elected as the chair of this meeting. I will hand over to the chair now for the rest of the meeting's agenda, which will resume with our other next item, declarations of interest. Thank you, Chair.
Yes, thank you very much, everybody. Can I ask members whether they have any declarations of interest?
No.
No. Therefore, I welcome everyone present and I would request that you identify yourself if you are to take part and whether you have made any written representations to the authority. So we got no declarations of interest. Right, well, I'll move on to item number 3, which is a report of the Licensing Authority. Under the Licensing Act of 2003, a variation of the premises licence for the corner shop 31 to 33 Crawshaw Drive, Lantwick Major. Now I'll now hand over to our licensing officer, William Lane, who will outline this report for our subcommittee to determine the application, having regard for the Council's licensing policy under section 182 of the Licensing Act 2003, and the application and any representations submitted. I'll hand over to William.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning. So this report outlines an application by Santosh Dachapilli to vary a premises licence in respect to the corner shop in Lantwick Major. The current premises licence allows off sales of alcohol between 7 AM and 9 PM, and should members wish to see it, a copy of that licence is included at Appendix A. As the report outlines at points 2.1 to 2.6, an application was submitted on the 11th of June to vary the licence to extend the off-sales period by an additional 2 hours to run to 11 p.m. instead of 9 p.m. Now, the application and an operating schedule can be found for members in Appendix B. Okay, 3 representations were made by local members who allege that the proposals will undermine the licensing objectives, and these representations are included at Appendix C of the report pack. An initial representation was also submitted by South Wales Police, which was subsequently withdrawn after they'd agreed conditions with the applicant. And those conditions, should the licence be granted, would be attached to the licence, and they're at Appendix D. So those are the agreed conditions with the police. Moving through the report, it's only a brief report, but I'd just like to point out one admin error that's come to light, noted for your attention, and that's at 5.3. Point C of that paragraph should read prevention of public nuisance rather than prevention of public safety. So obviously we'll correct that error for future reference and in future versions of the report. In conclusion, the options available to members are outlined in 5.5. So those are the options open to you today. And I refer to the recommendations in point 1 in respect of the subcommittee determining the application. So that's a very brief run through the report. Happy to take any questions about that if you wish, Chair.
I've got one question. I've got the paper copy in front of me, but it's very, very blurry, and it's an Appendix B, and I think it's item number 13, but I can't read it all. So is that highlighting what the proposals want? What the applicant wishes?
Yes. So that is the
very, very faint.
So all it changes, as the report outlines, is that they want to keep the license as it is, but extend it.
Yeah.
So currently they have off sales allowed between 7 a.m. and 9 p.m. at night.
Yeah.
But the application at Appendix B is to extend that from 9 p.m. until 11 p.m. So an additional 2 hours, and that's what that application outlines.
Yeah, this particular page is very, very faint. Everything else is okay.
Well, I will note that for future reference. I can only apologise for that.
No, it's just one of those things, isn't it? Councillor Morgan.
Yeah, just to one point, William. What are the normal opening hours of the shop itself? Is the shop open until 11 o'clock at the moment?
I believe so, yes. The applicant is here and will be able to confirm that, but I believe that is the case, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Councillor Hennessy.
Yeah, has there been any police incidents currently under the current licence?
There's nothing before the members today from the police referring to any instances that are associated with the premises. So as far as your decision making is concerned, there is nothing that has come from the police to indicate that they have any concerns outside of the agreed conditions that they've discussed with the applicant. So no.
No. Right. Okay. Well, thank you for that. If there's no other questions for Mr. Lane, thank you for this. And now I'll invite the applicant or their representative to place their case. I presume he's online?
Yeah, that's correct, Chair. Mr. Dachpally is online. He joined earlier. So obviously, Mr. Dachpally, you've got your opportunity to speak now in reference to the application. If you want to come on screen and put your audio on as well.
Hi everyone. Hi. Hi. I'm Santosh Kumar Dachepalli. I run the corner shop in Land with Major. So previously asked question is the shop open until 11 p.m. No, the shop doesn't open until 11 p.m. The shop opens until according to the licensing. Like it opens at 7 and closes at 9 p.m. So I want to open shop until 11 p.m. with alcohol license, because opening after 9 p.m. is a bit confusing thing. People come for alcohol and I'm not allowed to sell alcohol after 9 p.m. So yeah, I have an experience of running fuel stations as well before. Like, I used to run a fuel station by Sanathan, which is a 24 hours fuel station. And I believe I never had any incidents over there. And I've been running this corner shop as well for about 6 years now. And zero incidents as well. I had fully fitted security systems in place, and fully fitted security cameras, and the panic buttons under the till. And I've got too many signs in the shop saying the police is watching and we are watching on the cameras. And 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 that's it really. A lot of people been coming after like just about 9 o'clock and been and are not very happy that the shop is closed at 9 o'clock, because there's some people are finishing their work at 9 o'clock, about half 8, 9 o'clock, and they're coming and they are looking at the corner shop closed. Obviously there's not many shops around there. So people been requesting me to open the shop until another couple of hours so they can shop around. So it's a public interest, and it's my interest as well. Like, I've applied for this application for another 2 hours. That's all I wanted to say. And if there's any questions from you, I can answer.
Councillor Hennessy, you would like to ask a question.
Yeah, you just stated that you want to open for the extra 2 hours because people can't get to you at 9 o'clock and everything.
Yeah.
So why not just extend it by 1 hour till 10 o'clock?
Yeah, as I said, some people are coming at 9 o'clock. I just wanted to try until 11 o'clock and see how it goes. People are complaining about 9 o'clock. Maybe later they might complain about 10 o'clock. So I wanna do 2 hours and see how it goes. If the last 1 hour is quiet, if I see the 10 to 11 is quiet and it's not many people are coming, so I'll just keep it to 10 o'clock. But initially I wanted to try until 11 o'clock.
Okay. My other question is your shop has a lot of houses around by there, don't they?
Yes, it's a council estate. Yeah.
If you're opening for an extra 2 hours, and people driving up, and if people are in bed at, say, I don't know, whatever time they go,
Yeah.
how are you going to deal with that if you get noise and people complaining about shouting outside or drinking outside? How are you going to be dealing with that if people are going to just drink the alcohol outside your premises and everything?
Yeah, obviously, if they are driving in the car, that might generate a little bit of noise if they are passing in the cars. But we can't do much about it. But the area where my shop is like exactly outside and around my shop is not many houses. It's like another couple of other shops which are used by the council itself. And there's no literally next to my shop there's not many houses. And obviously I'm looking to have a couple of staff during that hours, so I can have a bit of control over the customers who are making noise outside the shop. And I always run the shop with two people, just in case, to face these problems. Some people, obviously, as you said, some people are there, who try to create problem outside. But the moment we hear some sort of noise outside, we just go outside and we try to try to tell them to go away from the shop. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Can I ask one question? What is the parking facilities outside your shop?
It's just normal road parking. It's a council estate. It's got plenty of parking outside the
Yes.
shop. So there's no restrictions at all outside the shop.
Right, thank you very much. Councillor Morgan, did you want to ask any questions?
Only really. I mean, would you describe yourself as a community shop, really, where people are walking to the shops and driving in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of,
90.
I would say about 70% would walk and about 30% would drive. Yeah.
Yeah, and you say it's you have been requested by customers to see if you can open later.
Yeah. I get a
Yeah,
lot of interest from the customers itself, because as I mentioned before, there's not many shops around there. The next shop from my shop is like about 1 mile away. So the people are like been asking me like a lot of times to keep it open until 11 or 10, whatever is possible. Yeah.
And are you yourself present at the premises most days?
Yeah, this is the only, at the moment, this is the only business for me. So I go there every day. Yeah.
Okay,
I go there
thank
every
you.
day. Yeah.
Right, any other further questions? No, I can't see any hands raised. Oh, thank you very much for that. I don't know who's actually going to be coming on screen about the representations that have been made detailed in section C. Is there anybody here? Oh, I think Councillor Norman's come online. Yeah, okay.
Thank you, Chair.
Norman.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Committee, for letting me speak. The only concern I have about this application, which I have objected to, as have a few of my fellow town councillors, is the proximity to the pensioners' centre, the senior citizens accommodation nearby. And I'm sorry I missed the beginning of the meeting, so I don't know if there had been a police representation given. Has there, Chair?
I don't think there's we've just got I think it was outlined in the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, my screen's gone funny. Hang on a minute.
Oh,
There's something
right.
popped up.
I think Mr. Lane wants to come on, councillor. He'd
Yeah.
probably be able to clarify the position with the police.
Yeah. William, are you able to come on?
Yes, thank you, Chair. Thank you, Councillor Norman. Yes, so the report does outline the position in respect of the police. An initial representation was submitted by South Wales Police, but that has been withdrawn, and that's because they have agreed conditions with the applicant, which they feel are sufficient in respect of the licensing objective of prevention of crime and disorder. And those additional conditions are listed at Appendix D. So should members be minded to grant the application, they would be imposed on the licence as part of that process.
Thank you very much.
Is that okay?
Thank you. So I haven't seen any paperwork to do with this, so I don't know the details. But I know in the distant past, they have a lot of trouble with people loitering around the area, drinking, taking drugs, etc., etc. I think a previous occupant of the flat above was dealing. We had a tremendous amount of complaints from neighbours about antisocial behaviour, and I think extending this licence from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock is only going to encourage more people loitering. People can buy alcohol. There's a pub not 150 yards down the road that's open till gone 11 o'clock. So I'm sorry, that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Councillor Hennessy, you want to raise something?
Yeah, am I allowed to ask Councillor Norman a question?
Certainly.
Yes.
Hi, Jane. Thank you for your submission. The applicant has said there's adequate parking outside his place. Is
the parking?
how you see it?
There's the parking bay for about 3 cars, and there's as it is a dead end. There's parking for about another 2 vehicles. I don't think parking is a problem there. The biggest problem there is young people loitering, not people coming and going, but people walking to the shop and loitering with alcohol outside the shop. I think that's the biggest problem, rather than people driving there.
Okay, thank you.
And leaving.
Right. So, Councillor Morgan, do you wish to ask Councillor Norman any issues regarding?
No, I am content with what I've heard so far. Thank you.
Right, thank you. Right, well, now I'll move on now, so I can ask the applicant or their representative to make a brief closing statement summarising their case and any closing remarks. Oh, Richard, do you want to come in?
Yes, please. I know Councillor Hanks is online. She has made relevant representations, so maybe she might want to expand upon those.
Is she coming online now?
I don't appear, she's not appearing on my list, Chair, because normally when people are online, it appears as their name will go up as purple. But Councillor Hanks is not coming up. We've obviously had Councillor Norman's contribution, and she's clearly online. But for some reason, Councillor Hanks, the name is on the list because obviously she was invited as an interested party, but it don't appear that she's online. But obviously, perhaps Councillor Norman can confirm if there was anything from Councillor Hanks that she might want to share.
Sorry to butt in there. Councillor Hanks has just suffered a family bereavement, and she's also suffering from COVID herself. So, with everything going on, I know she did send an objection into the Vale Council, but I don't think she'll be able to come online this morning.
We fully understand that. Yeah. So. Right, is that okay for you, Councillor Richard Price? I'm just going to call you Councillor.
I appreciate the clarification. And as you indicated, Chair, you can now move to any final closing statements by the applicant.
Right, okay then. Can the applicant come online and do a closing statement? Hello.
Hi. Oh, sorry.
Do you want a brief closing statement on your application?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Over to you.
Okay, yeah, as you said, the things before were different. When I took over the shop, there was not much security systems were I seen in the shop. Like the before owner, I meant he didn't maintain any of the security systems or any cameras, or not up to the standards. So as I said, I have a lot of experience in running the alcohol shops and 24 hours fuel stations. In my life, I ran the fuel station, 24 hours fuel station for 5 years without any problems. And I've been running this shop for about 6 years now and without any problems. And I have a personal license for selling alcohol for about 10 years without any obviously without any problems for my personal license as well. So all I would say is I strongly believe that I can handle the situation, any sort of situations, in an effective way because I have an experience how about dealing with the situations where people come where people come in the last minutes or in the busy periods, or the too many gangs, some people try to create problems coming in the groups. So I know how to deal with them. I don't normally allow too many people in the shops. If they're trying to come too many 5 or 6 of people in the shop, I don't allow them, and I try to keep them separate. I keep two to three people outside, and I only allow 2 people inside. So by following all these rules and regulations in my shop, I never faced any problems. So all I wanted to say is I have a capability of handling the situations, and that's all I wanted to say.
Right. I've just got one question. How many members of staff would you have on duty at this time of night?
Now it's now, you mean, in the shop?
Yeah,
2 people.
2, and that would be, it would continue if it was extended to 11, would it? Oh, you're muted, unfortunately.
Your sound has gone, Mr. Dashpali.
Yeah. Oh,
Hang on. Mr. Dashpali, can you hear us?
something seems to have gone wrong.
Hi, Mr. Dashpali. Can you bear with us a minute, Chair?
Yeah.
I think he's gone off.
Oh, his name's disappeared. Yeah.
Yeah, bear with us. We'll just try and get him back on now.
Hiya, sorry about that. I broke up there, yeah. Yeah, that'd be the same case from morning till 11 o'clock. Or like at the moment, the situation is like we open from 7 till 9. We are like two people always, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Sometimes we have 4 people as well, depending on the situation. On Wednesdays and Mondays, we get the deliveries. So we have up to 5 people as well in some situations, yeah. 4 to 5 people as well.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Does any other subcommittee member wish to raise any issues? No? Right. Well, thank you all for this. I'll now advise that the subcommittee will now retire to deliberate on this item in private. And I thank you all for your attendance today. And I will hand over to the officer to advise the next stage. Thank you.